Gamecast from MSN.
In association with Windows Internet Explorer 8.
Hello, dear listener. Welcome to the MSN Gamecast. Did I get the name right, Nick? I always worry because a Gamecast, a podcast, but it's the MSN Gamecast.
That's the one. Yep.
I've only been doing this for over a year. My name's...
2 years.
Is it?
It's been 2 years.
You're joking?
No.
Has it really?
Time flies.
I need to renegotiate my contract. This is incredible.
Well.
Time does fly. The voice you heard there, the gentleman is Nick, who's always here.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, well done. And we've got Verity, who's joining us for the first time ever.
Hello.
Hooray.
You're not nervous, are you, Verity?
A little bit, but I'm sure these nerves will pass with Jaffa cakes.
Nick, you're about to regale me with the tiny URL we've got now.
I was, yeah. This is for anyone that wants to comment on the podcast. Go straight to tinyurl.com/MSN Gamecast, and that'll take you straight to our message boards. We want to hear from you, everything that you think about what's going on.
So, Verity, what have you been playing this month?
I've been playing quite a lot because I was
okay.
at E3.
Oh, yes, now you were just telling us about this. Very exciting.
Yeah, unfortunately, there was quite a lot I wanted to play that were unplayable.
Yeah.
Boo. But there were some things that were playable. Bulletstorm, in particular, I loved. It was... it's got that Mad World feel about it, you know, where you had to kill things in a really interesting, creative way.
When you say, what are you picking up, like fire extinguishers and chucking them at things, or
it's a bit different. It's set in like a futuristic setting,
yeah.
And you are running after mutant aliens and flesh-eating humans. It's a bit of a long story, but they end up on a planet with aliens and flesh-eating humans, and basically they want to get off the planet alive, get back and give it what's for to their commander.
Isn't there a lot of booting aliens in the face?
Basically,
like
yeah. It's these aliens are obviously coming right for you, so you're trying to kill them in all the crazy kind of ways, boot them in the face. You've got like an electric lasso at one point, and the more creative ways you kill them, you get more points, you get more weapons, you get to do more cool stuff.
You mentioned
so
the story, the complicated story there, and it just dawned on me that for the majority of games, I don't give a stuff about the story, apart from Red Dead Redemption, which I'm quite enjoying, and I'll watch the cutscenes, and maybe the my mind's gone blank. What are the ones where you run around shooting people?
Grand Theft Auto?
No, not that nonsense. I want to say Command and Conquer, but I don't mean
Call of
Duty.
Duty.
Thank you very much. There, look at that. It's been too long. Apart from those stories and those cutscenes, generally, I don't give a stuff about the stories.
Heavy Rain had a good story.
Oh no! Let it go, man. It was a terrible game. I've had so many people getting in touch saying, "Well done for standing up and saying Heavy Rain was a boring game because it's tedious." With only 5 different endings. Ooh.
I only brought it up to wind you up.
Yeah, I know you did. Let it go. But I generally don't. The stories, I'm not that bothered about.
Well, no, it is kind of. This is all about just booting aliens in the face.
That's what you need, really.
So
good, clean fun.
Yeah, no, it is a lot of fun, and I
Yeah.
only got to play one level, 3 minutes at most. That was the only thing that was playable because it's not coming out till February next year.
Yeah.
So there's quite a wait on this, but it does look brilliant.
We'll come to more E3 stuff shortly because Nick and I, let's be honest, we're jealous that you were there. No messing around. Well, you know, it's. I don't think it's fair. Nick, what have you been playing this month?
It's been World Cup month, hasn't it? So I've been playing the World Cup. I've been playing every match in the World Cup on FIFA 2010 World Cup mode, and
He has. We came to your flat, which was very nice and very kind of you. And we were speaking to your partner. She was saying that before every game, you try and predict what the game's going to be by playing it with the correct teams and everything.
That's
Wow,
right,
that is.
You have literally got
Did
no life.
England do any better in your predictions?
Slightly better, but not an awful lot. We actually crashed out in the quarterfinals in my World Cup.
Okay, Nick's World Cup.
Yeah,
there's a Nick's World Cup chart, a wall chart you can download now, and your free Nick Panini stickers.
It's all been going very well, in fact. I've not been very accurate with any of the results, though, because the thing is, the whole thing falls down once you get past the group stage.
Right.
Because all of my groups ended up different to the real groups.
They would do, wouldn't
so
they?
all of the knockout stage was totally different.
Yeah.
Which was a bit of a shame. But it meant that England ended up playing Argentina in the quarterfinals and missed a last-minute penalty opportunity to equalise. It was
so
upsetting.
As though it's actually real. As though this is the real World Cup that he's reporting on. Both of which, the real World Cup.
I was genuinely upset
when they got kicked
that
out.
happened. Yeah,
Am I the only person that didn't watch England-Germany?
I think so.
Pretty much, but you didn't miss much.
Did you play any other computer games, or has it just been FIFA for the last month?
It's been almost exclusively FIFA, I must admit. But I did find some extra time to play Crackdown 2.
Extra time, I like what you did there. Good.
Yeah,
You say it's a football reference, apparently. Crackdown 2,
Crackdown
yes.
2, yeah. And this I haven't got all that far with because FIFA's been dominating, but really good fun. It's like we were saying about Bulletstorm, just good, stupid fun. Basically, you go running around a city, blowing up as much stuff as you possibly can, and it's got some kind of a storyline somewhere in the background of it, but you don't have to care about that because it's nonsense. You start off, you can jump ridiculous distances right from the beginning, but as you get more agile, you can do more and more amazing stunts, and it's it's just really cool. It's got a good drop-in, drop-out multiplayer, so you can have up to 4 people all coming in and taking on the various missions together. But it's just bigger and better is the basic idea. Well, one thing that is still annoying is the targeting, because it's mainly a shooter, third-person shooter. And the targeting just doesn't quite work for me. It does that lock-on thing, you know, where you pull the left trigger and you lock onto the nearest target. Yeah. But once you're locked on, you can't just like easily switch to the next one. So you find yourself locking on something a bit random a lot of the time, while something else batters you in the face.
Yeah, frustrating.
Slightly frustrating, yes.
I've not played much this month. I've been playing a little bit on my iPhone. I have had 2 games recommended to me for the iPhone, which I found excellent. Bruce Lee on the iPhone. It's only 59 pence.
I was looking at this.
Yeah.
It's good.
Is this Bruce Lee the same game that I used to play on the Commodore 64?
No, it's not.
Oh,
but
you love that game.
You can download a Commodore 64 emulator on your iPhone and play that Bruce Lee on there. You can get that, but no, it's not that. Oh. This is like a proper... It's brilliant. It
looked like Street Fighter, but with Bruce Lee in it.
Yeah. It's a really good little kind of Tekken Street Fighter style-y thing, and it's very good graphics. Plays very well. Looks a bit like Bruce Lee. And it's got my complaint with iPhone games have always been the controls are pony, but these are quite good. I mean, it's not that sophisticated, but you can beat people up and stuff, and it's all right. So 59 pence. I've also been playing. Now you're too young for this, and you probably won't remember this because you were a Spectrum kid. Weren't you?
I was, yes, that's right.
On the BBC, there was a brilliant game called Repton, which was awesome. You used to go around collecting like diamonds and stuff, but it was brilliant, and they've brought it out on the iPhone. You can play that silly version where they always do, where it's reskinned to look all trendy and modern. What's the point? I've now got a BBC Model B game on my iPhone, and I've been going crazy playing Repton. So
apparently that did come out for the Spectrum as well, Repton. I must admit, I don't remember it first time around, but I found it on this really cool emulator site. I know there's probably lots of these, but this one looks ace. ZXSpectrum.net. And it's just hundreds of Spectrum games all playable in your browser, and that's on there.
Very quickly, the reason I've been playing it is because I've been desperately wanting to buy an iPhone 4, but then also desperately not wanting to buy an iPhone 4 because I know that when I upgraded to the 3GS, I had for like an hour that feeling of smug sexual satisfaction of thinking, and then afterwards just disappointment and emptiness and why did I bother? And I know that with the iPhone 4, I would get that.
I have an iPhone 4.
Have you got was it the grip of death?
Well, I've tried it and I can't get mine to do that.
Right. Is it any good? Tell me it isn't any good, please, because I don't want to buy one.
Well, I love it.
Yeah.
Sorry. And I'm not an Apple fanboy. I don't buy all Apple products just because they're Apple products. But the iPhone 4, I mean, the screen, I'm not saying it's still not the best compared to even AMOLED, perhaps, but compared to the old screen, it's just absolutely miles better. And it's really great to play games on.
I'd have to buy 8 months out of my contract. What is this 18-month contract thing? When did that become de rigueur to go, oh, no, not 12-month contract, 18-month contract? What's that all about?
Yeah.
That's nonsense.
I tried to get one the other day.
You just know in 12 months it'll
bring an iPhone 4.2 out or something, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the phone rant over. E3, please. What else did you see?
What else did I see? I saw Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Not the biggest racing game fan myself, to be honest, because I'm not very good at them. I think that's probably my problem here.
Can I say, I'm going to cat pigeons and things. I don't like these gender divides generally, but I think racing games are enjoyed by boys more than girls. I think girls see them as being a bit silly.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a gaming session I've had where a girl has been involved, where you say let's get out Burnout or let's get out Gran Turismo, and the boy's like, yeah, come on, and the girls are always a little bit reluctant.
My missus loved Burnout.
Really? Oh, yeah. Okay, no, fair play.
Seriously, yeah. That's we used to play the second one, I think, when they first brought in crash junctions, and we would just sit there for hours doing these ridiculous, insane crashes on.
There's that one where you got to try and get the most damage you can.
That's it.
It's
You just
the
go
best
fly.
mode.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, then
just
maybe
that instant hit. I don't think she'd really play like the grinding out like 10-lap races or anything like that. But yeah,
go to the forum if you're a lady or you know a lady, and let us know whether I'm right or not. So, but yes, sorry, carry on. But
I think the thing that I liked about it was it goes back to that cop versus racer chaser. So it was just a lot of fun. The graphics are amazing, and it's going with a new studio, Criterion Games, on board, who are the Burnout people. So maybe your lady will like this.
Fantastic.
So you've got amazing cars, and then you've got like the Veyrons and the Zondas, and if you're a cop, you are obviously chasing the racer, and you are trying to get 100% damage and knock him off the road. If you're a racer, you're just trying to get away. Yeah. When the racer is 100% damage, there's this amazing slow-mo thing as it flies through the air, and it's pretty awesome. And another great thing is the autolog, which is the thing that they are basing it around, which is basically like kind of like a mini Facebook. It's a social network for the game. So when you log in, you've got all your friends that you've made on, whether they're friends you know or friends you just met over, playing the game online, because it does have an online mode, of course. And it kind of lets you know what they've done and what they've achieved. And then you can just click it, and so you can try and better it.
I always think that those things, they're fun for about 20 minutes, like the Halls of Fame and stuff. But then does anyone really...
It's not quite like a Halls of Fame. It's more like the idea that they put to us was like, if you've got a friend in America, and obviously with time differences and things like that, you might not always be up to play each other online at the same time.
But you can still
so you can kind of compete with each other, and it's not... It just shows you that, this person has achieved... this ranking and this challenge, or this person's just beaten you at this challenge, and you can literally just click and then it takes you through to that challenge, so you can try and win back your crown, whatever. It's not quite the same as there is a rankings chart, but it's a little bit more intuitive than that, I think.
Rankings charts are always disappointing when it's you go and look, you think, I'm doing really good at this game. I'm 67,000th in the world. That's
see, that's the thing.
That's not good. I just thought of one of the questions I'd like to ask the. What's the thing called? The forum. I've suddenly become a very, very old man. That's worrying, isn't it? One of the questions for the forum, the best racing game of all time, because now we've mentioned Burnout, I'm kind of salivating a little bit. I think, I wouldn't mind a little session on that. Do you remember Pole Position? Pole Position was like it was at the time probably the only racing game, and it was considered just the most amazing thing. And you go back and play it now, and it is one of the most tedious games of all time. It's pretty much a straight track with the odd bend, and if you hit the edge, I think you blew up, and it was terrible. So the best racing game of all time on the forum, please. What's the forum tiny URL?
Tiny URL is tinyurl.com/MSN Gamecast.
Go there now.
Do it.
What other things did you see at E3?
Things I saw at E3 didn't get to play. Dead Space 2.
Right.
Looked very scary.
Yeah.
More necromorphs with crazy limbs that you can shoot off and then kill them with it.
Like it.
Awesome. MGS Rising was there again. I think that was in 2009 as well. That also looked great. And Black Ops. I don't really play Call of Duty, but it did look. If you're into Call of Duty, you're going to be happy. And Xbox 360 owners are going to be happy, because from now on, or for the next 2 years, they've signed a deal with Microsoft. So all extra content and add-ons for Call of Duty will be coming to Xbox first.
Really? Oh, that's going to upset the PS fanboys. Well, I'm steering well clear of that, so they can fight amongst themselves.
Don't touch it.
So what about Dead Space 2? I saw Alien for the first time at the weekend. It's quite good, isn't it?
It is all right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I think it's been recognised as being not bad.
It's been all right. There's a bit, spoiler alert, the bit where the thing comes out of his stomach is quite good, isn't it?
God, that's amazing. That's the first time you've ever seen that.
It's the first time I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
I knew that bit was coming. I saw Die Hard 3 as well for the first time the other week. The best one. It's the best one. Oh, come on.
This is going
what
for
are you saying?
now.
Do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Apart from the ending is silly, with the bit where they're having the fight with the helicopter.
Yeah.
That's silly. But up until then, it's the best one.
I think I'd have to go Die Hard 2.
Anyway, sorry, games. That's what we're here for, isn't it?
welcome to
Verity,
Movie
stop
Club.
distracting us. Come on, focus. Terrible.
What did you think of the Nintendo 3DS? Because I know you got hands on with that.
I was really shocked when they first announced it. I thought, well, for example, I saw the Fujifilm 3D camera, which has got a lenticular screen at the back, so you take 3D pictures and you can see them without glasses. And it was a bit of a that kind of hurt your eyes if you looked at it for too long, and if you're like slightly to one side or the other, it wasn't as good. Right. So I was worried about the 3DS, because obviously you don't need glasses to view the top screen, 'cause it's just the top screen that's 3D. The bottom screen is 2D as normal. So I wasn't sure how it was going to be, and as soon as I looked at it, you've got a 2D to 3D switch, which changes it from 3D to 2D immediately, or you can even adjust the depth of the 3D as well. So if you don't want it too 3D, just want it a little bit 3D, you can do that. It's and you couldn't. There was no actual real playable games. They had Nintendogs on. They had that on a demo. Yeah. And they had an AR game, an augmented reality game. But I think one of the great things about it, you can actually make your own 3D content as well, because it's got the 3D, the two cameras, so you can take 3D pictures and then view them on a screen. And I was really impressed with it. I think if the price is right, they can do quite well.
It does sound very cool. I read an interesting article somewhere a couple of weeks ago, though, about someone saying, how many more variations on the DS do you want? Because this is like the fourth variation, something like that, and it just seems... The 3D thing is cool, and it might catch on, but you can just imagine people going, well, I've bought two DSs already. I've got the DSi. What am I going to spend? Which is why the pricing, I think, is important. But these things with new technology always kind of start off quite expensive. Yeah. So you just kind of wonder...
The only thing I think as well, as they mentioned at the press conference, is that in the future, they didn't give any sort of timescale, unfortunately. But you'll be able to view kind of, the 3D movies like Avatar or Alice in Wonderland on the. I know it's going to be a small screen. You think about the price of getting a 3D TV and all that kind of stuff, and this 3D stuff is becoming more and more. And I thought that might give it an angle, but the fact it could become some sort of 3D multimedia take around.
Yeah, it's apparently a heap more powerful as well, so you'll be able to play better quality games than
if they release better
sheer
quality
power.
Games.
That's
if they get off their backside and do it.
Yeah, it definitely needs the games to stand up to it. But you've got like sort of new Zelda coming for it, 3D Zelda, things like that. I think if they get it right, then I want one. Out before Christmas, apparently.
Okay.
The various rumours going around of exactly when. But
that's before Christmas.
The whisper.
Well, but the PS3D thing isn't going to... not the 3D, the motion thing, that's not out before Christmas, is it?
It is.
Is it coming out before Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let
and we've had pricing for that.
Oh, go on. What do we know?
Quite cheap.
Yeah, it's not bad. The wand, which is basically like the Wiimote, let's say.
No, you can't say that. It's completely different from the Wiimote. What are you talking about?
The primary controller,
yes,
the wand, is going to be $34.99.
Okay.
The sub-controller, aka the nunchuck, is going to be $24.99. And you won't need that in all games, similar to how you don't.
That's not so bad, yeah.
The camera will be $24.99. But if you just want the camera and the primary controller, you'll be able to get it in a package for $49.99 with a couple of mini games, but nothing too. And I think they said there's going to be 15 compatible games available at launch. I think it was something like that.
Something like that, yeah. I played some of them, and they were good. They were good fun.
I played.
Well, I can't because it didn't have a proper name, but at the time it was called Move Party or something like that.
Come on, Nick. A game called Move Party is going to be a stinker.
Yeah, I was really sceptical as well. I thought I'm going to hate this, but I played it, and it properly was good fun.
I played some Move games. I played a new. There's going to be a SingStar, but it's going to be combined with dancing, so you can have somebody dancing, somebody singing.
That I don't want to play.
Well, the girls are going to love it, I tell you. I played a fighting game, like a boxing game.
Yeah.
And that came in 3D as well, 3D or 2D.
Okay, yeah.
I did see some people playing Little Big Planet on Move. So I don't know. You've played it, haven't you? More. You had
and it was really accurate as well. The technology was very good. It just mapped your movements perfectly, and most importantly, there was no lag at all.
Okay, well that's interesting. Let's go on to the other big moving thing, Kinect, formerly Natal. I've heard that there is a little bit of lag with Kinect. Have you two seen any of this or had a go? Or
I played quite a lot.
Right.
I played Dance Central. It's dancing a lot at E3.
Yeah, I know. That sounds good.
That had a massive focus. It's a Ubisoft game,
right?
And it was pretty good actually. There's this loads of songs, and there's moves you got to learn. You can go through like a tutorial, and then you got obviously easy, medium, hard, and it just tracks your movement. The problem was I was wearing a long dress; they couldn't see my legs. I just looked like
I see. So you've got to be.
I looked like a triangle blob when it came to my legs. They couldn't track my legs.
That's discriminatory.
Discriminatory against
not racist, but it's one of those.
Long
it's a
dresses.
bad thing. Yes.
Dressist,
yeah.
So, but it was a good game.
Yep.
It was fun to play if you like dancing around. I played Your Shape, which is an EA game, which is a bit like, I guess, a bit like a Wii Fit sort of a thing. It's you've got exercises. It obviously tracks your body. You've got like a kind of a personal trainer, and you match what they're doing, and it can sense you.
I'll be honest. This sounds like gaming hell.
Yes, I'm aware of this.
Is there? Have they not got any games? Is there not like a game where you're running around with a gun and you can duck behind things?
I just don't. I personally don't think that Kinect is going to. I just don't think it's going to be accurate enough for that type of thing. It's going to be. It's going to be all sort of casual games that you play at parties. That's my personal opinion. Maybe they'll prove me wrong.
The one I've heard about that I like the sound of the most so far is called Child of Eden, and it's by the guy that made Rez.
Okay.
And
Yes,
Lumines.
I've heard of this.
Yeah, and I really like those type of games, and this is basically being pitched as Rez 2, with the idea being that you do the shooting with your hands, and then you can switch weapons by clapping.
Yeah,
and obviously it's going to be quite hypnotic in the way that those kind of games are. You've got all the crazy visuals. There's a great trailer for it online. If you've not seen it, go and find the trailer online. And you've got all these great visuals, and then the music side of it coming in as you shoot all the objects, creating the soundtrack. I really like the sound of that. I think those sort of games are exactly what Kinect needs.
Yeah, absolutely.
To elevate it above just the party gaming massive that it's maybe being pitched at.
They just weren't going big on that at E3. It was all those sorts of games, and there was a couple of Kinect games, Kinect Sports, which is, golf and tennis and things like that, and then there was Kinect Adventures, which was quite cool. But again, it is very casual gaming. It's got rocks coming towards you, got to dodge them, and then you get in a boat like a raft, and it was. But I didn't find any lag. I found it to be.
You found it was okay, because that's been one of the criticisms. There's been a slight delay between what you do and the reaction screen, but that's good that you've not seen that. The thing that has put me off it, that has annoyed me a little bit, is Milo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to be released. Yeah, that was just demonstration. You're not going to see that again. Sorry, what? Molyneux is, he's a genius, but he's also a genius at smoke and mirrors, and this whole thing of Milo, you can talk to him, you can interact with him, you can scan things, and he can read it. We're never going to see it ever again. And I was so suspicious when we first saw the video of that, thinking that this is never ever going to live up to this, and we're not going to get it as a game.
But there's to and fro on this, because there keeps being conflicting reports coming out of various quotes. Some people saying, "Oh no, it's never going to happen," and then the next week, suddenly it is again.
Yeah,
and there's a report that it's going to get unveiled in a couple of weeks' time.
On, isn't it?
Anything else at E3 that we should talk about?
Just a few. I just love Donkey Kong Country. It was one of those.
Oh, yeah, fantastic game.
It's coming back.
Oh, well done.
There's a few actual old favourites that Nintendo have decided to come back with. Donkey Kong Country Returns is one of them. And it's if you loved Donkey Kong, you're going to love this, I think. If you weren't a big fan of it, you're not going to like it. But it's the same sort of same familiar feeling to it. Colourful. You've got Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong. You can play single player, multiplayer, and the thing is, you don't play it just with the Wiimote. You play it with the Wiimote and the nunchucks. It's for the Wii. You can do things like I can't even explain it without.
She's shaking her hands while she's saying this, dear listener. If that's any help at all,
shake your hands to like to bash through things and rumble the ground to kill your enemies. And it's all kind of it's got that little bit of extra kind of functionality. It was just fun, a lot of fun. I didn't get very long with it again, but it was
when you were at E3, I've never been. How many people are there? Is it thousands of people?
There's so many people.
And you got to queue up for stuff?
You got to queue up, and then there's always people behind you, so there's generally not much time once you've gone past one level to go, can I have another go?
Yeah.
No, get off.
The closest thing was Nick and I were both at the Tokyo Game Show. That was last year, wasn't it? Anything else
and
at E3?
Another one which you would think would be something to just pass by, but it was Kirby is also making a comeback. The little pink...
Kirby?
Little pink round blob.
I'm unaware of Kirby.
You know it, don't you, Nick?
I know. I can't say I've ever played Kirby's Big Adventure. Was it the first one?
There's been like 15 different games of Kirby.
Why is
Kirby is a Nintendo staple.
Kirby's it's a blank in my head.
Well, Kirby, to those who do remember, is like this pink blob.
Yeah.
I can't say. I think I played Kirby's Big Adventure. I haven't played any of the other 14. This is Kirby's Epic Yarn, and when it was up on the, they mentioned it at the press conference, it was one of those ones where, looks nice. It's basically, the reason it's called Epic Yarn is it looks like a patchwork quilt that he's made out of, like, he's just a pink outline of wool, and all of his background is all cross-stitched and looks like cloth. It sounds like, I'm explaining it to you. Yeah, a little bit like that, and it just looked like something to pass by, but then... Steve, who's one of the freelancers writes the games reviews, he got hands-on with it. Unfortunately, I could only watch over somebody's shoulder because I was that short a time. Yeah. But Kirby can change into different things. Can change into a submarine, can change into a car.
Hello.
And little things like, if he sees like a loose thread, he can pull it, and it will, like, the background will fall away, and you'll see something that you didn't know was there.
It sounds kind of cool.
It's from what I heard, it was very it was unexpectedly brilliant. I think it won quite a few awards at the show, including Game of the Year from some people. So I think it's one to perhaps check out. I don't know. It looks interesting.
Sounds very cool. And that's E3, is it? That's your lot, apart from hanging out with rap stars.
Oh yeah, apart from hanging out with rap.
Who was it you were hanging out with? When you told me, I was nodding and going, oh yeah. To be honest, I don't think I'd ever heard of them.
Come on now.
Well, who were they?
Well, I went to go and have a demo with a Def Jam rap star, which is basically like SingStar, but for people that are into hip hop, so you can rap instead of sing.
Okay.
Which is good for me because I can't sing. I can't rap either,
okay.
but it's probably better on the ear.
Yep.
And I went for a demo, and I walked into this room, which was a very small room for my demo with somebody from the game. And I knew that Redman and Method Man were supposed to be performing now.
And they are famous rap stars.
Now, they are very famous. Okay, they are part of the Wu-Tang Clan. But I walked into this room, and they were just there. Well, Redman was there, and he just stared me in the face and went, hello. He didn't really say it like that. He went, sup, Mark?
I'm the Redman.
And... he was just playing the game with the guy that was supposed to be demoing it to me, rapping along to a Wu-Tang song, and I was like, this is bizarre. And then Method Man just walks in with his glasses, looks just like he was wearing his glasses, had his hat on, didn't look like Method Man, the amazing superstar rapper man. They were hogging the game, if I'm honest, but I got to see it, and it does look, for people that are into rap and hip hop, it's gonna be really.
It seems an obvious thing to release. Actually, now you mentioned it, a SingStar-style rap thing, and it seems odd that it's not happened.
The good thing about this is that you've obviously got like they haven't released a full track listing yet, but we know we are going to get some UK specific content from like Dizzy Rascal and things, people like that, Tiny Temper. But it's going to have, like, as well as all those tracks, you're going to be able to record your own, if you've got a camera, you'll be able to record your own kind of rap video with beats that you can put your own raps onto. You can upload them onto like Facebook and onto the Rap Star, kind of like another social networking thing, like battle people.
Yeah, that'll be good.
You can send out for people like, I can beat you.
Let's have a look. Have we got any other business? I very quickly wanted to say Frank Sidebottom passed away this week. You're probably too young to remember.
No, I remember Frank Sidebottom.
Big paper mache head.
I do remember him.
He was good and he was creepy. And he started as part of a computer game on the ZX Spectrum called The Biz. And I knew Frank Sidebottom. He was a lovely, lovely bloke. I interviewed him once. I interviewed him a few times, but the first time he came in with the big head on, and
He wasn't really Frank Sidebottom, though, was
Well, no, he wasn't really Frank Sidebottom, but I'd always known him as Frank Sidebottom, and I interviewed him with the head. And you interviewed him as Frank. Then at the end he went, "Oh, you're going to hurt me now," and then he ripped his head off, and there's this lovely guy called Chris underneath, and he passed away, which I think is very sad, and he was kind of the soundtrack to my gaming in the 80s. And the PS3 is finally seeing a profit. I was surprised to read. I kind of just assumed that it was
after 4 years.
No, I remember reading a story a couple of years ago. You know, they were losing $200 to $300 per console.
That's incredible.
When it first came out, when it was about $500 for the console when it first came out. Or I don't know how much it is now in the States. Anyway, $200 to $300 per console.
It's taken 4 years.
But
to
apparently,
make a profit.
I had a little read up, and apparently most consoles, apart from the Nintendo Wii, have always launched to a loss.
Really?
And eventually make it up via the software.
Yeah, I suppose.
You get the cash out of the games, because there's a lot of tech inside those.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
expensive machines.
I expect that it's been helped by the fall of Blu-ray prices as well, because obviously Blu-ray, when it first came out, was big technology, and it was also in competition with that HD DVD from Toshiba, which just died.
Gone, yeah. Beastmax versus VHS all over again. Although I'm still not convinced by Blu-ray.
Oh, really? I haven't got an HD TV yet, so I haven't got a Blu-ray.
Yeah, that helps.
I've got the Blu-ray, but I've got a crappy old TV.
I've got a massive CRT. It weighs about a ton. I'm never moving again.
Yeah, those old TVs, well, they're like 5-10 years old. They weighed incredible amounts.
It's ridiculous.
I remember when I bought my first widescreen TV, and I tried to carry it home, like from the car to my flat on my own, and I dropped it. And surprise, surprise, it didn't work, and I had to take it back and go, I opened it, it didn't work, you've sold me a dud. Well, of course, I dropped it down the stairs like an idiot.
We threw one out the other day, an old CRT, and it started an argument between this random bloke on the street who found it and squatters who lived upstairs in this building round the corner. 3 police cars had to turn up to separate them over my old CRT.
That's really exciting. And then the coppers had it for the station.
Yeah.
Nick, any other business? Oh, very quickly, Heavy Rain download content has been dropped for Heavy Rain Move.
Shame about that.
It seems a little bit... I mean, it's not my favourite game, but it does seem a little bit silly that they're going to...
We did get a little bit of DLC right at the beginning with Heavy Rain, but yeah, they were talking about bringing out some more episodes, and no one was quite specific about what they would be. But yeah, just putting in Move, I don't know. Do we really need that?
So you're doing the same thing. You're having a shave and you're shaking the orange juice, but you're doing it with a wand and another thing in your hand as opposed to your controller. That's what it means.
Effectively, yeah.
From what I can tell, it seems it's Sony's pressure.
Right.
I think I've read a quote from the president of Quantic Dreams, which is the... and they said that they're disappointed, but that they understand, normal.
I think people want a bit more downloadable content, because it was a game that really was designed to only be played through once. And so you get to the end and you think, well, I want a bit more, really. Yeah. And David Cage has said there's not going to be a Heavy Rain 2, so yeah, let's have some DLC, not just rehash it. But hey. Oh, one other thing.
Yes, sir.
E3, they announced Michael Jackson, the game.
Oh,
Did you see this?
Oh, yes. Well, then what happens in this?
It's more dancing, isn't it? It's
E3's
a
I didn't
fest.
come across this when I was there. You told me about it. I was like, well, I didn't see that.
Yeah. I think
it
it just got announced. I don't think there was any sort of playable format of it out there. But yeah, it's going to be getting you in your living room doing MJ's moves.
Another thing, Rock Band 3, you got a keyboard.
Yes, I've heard of this.
But is it a keyboard or a keytar?
No, it's not a keytar. They had a little joke about that, because there was a lot of rumours that it was going to be a keytar.
Yes,
but it is a keyboard.
Wow.
And you can actually use, if you've just got a keyboard, any MIDI keyboard, you can just plug it in.
Very nice.
So you don't have to fork out for it if you've got one already.
I'll have a piece of that pie.
Cool.
The forums. Should we have a little look at what everyone has said? It's been quiet on the forum this month. Pull your finger out.
Yeah.
Pull your finger out. Come what the tiny URL for the forum is.
It is tinyurl.com/MSN Gamecast. We want to hear from you.
Yes, even if you want to say it was rubbish, you can say it. Don't put swears in, 'cause we'll delete it. But otherwise, come and say hello. It'll be nice to know who's listening to this. What did we ask last time?
Well, we were asking about what people were looking forward to at E3, and also we were probably asking something else as well.
Well, we've got a few people have said that Red Dead Redemption is far superior to Grand Theft Auto 4, which I think it is. I was so disappointed with GTA 4. it looks good, but it didn't really kind of grab me. Whereas Red Dead Redemption, I think, is talking about storylines, which is not always that important. I think it's got a great storyline. It's very engrossing, and it's just feels more fun.
Yeah. Have you played the new DLC yet for
No,
Red
I have
Dead?
not. No.
Yeah, because that's out now. Outlaws to the End.
And this is where you can team up and go and do a mission together. Or
Yeah,
something,
specifically multiplayer. Yeah, but it's all free, which is pretty cool in this day and age. Free
Well
DLC. Happy
done.
days.
Well done.
So over to the forums, and what do we have?
Again, more people. Chili Funk is agreeing, saying, "Who are Dark and Bigsy? Is that? That's people up on the board. I thought it was something to us. Where have we got those nicknames from?" Saying that the Red Dead Redemption is better than GTA 4. And also Johnny J26 says, "I've been playing Red Dead Redemption. Finally wrenched it out of my stepson's hands." And have to admit, it's bloody good, apart from getting my something blew off in a quick draw. What did you get blew off in a quick draw? I hope it's not what I think it is. I prefer it to GTA. Maybe it's because I prefer the open air. Yeah, everything about it, I think, is much better than GTA 4. And Dark Messiah, I've been playing Red Dead Redemption and have been loving it. The voice acting is good. The story's quite good too. But the best fit for me is when you finish the main story, the game doesn't end, so you can carry on. Well done. Good work.
Yeah, the tricks that went back to what we were talking about last time about BT's on live gaming.
Oh, yeah.
And saying, I hope that thing about BT isn't true. I like having my consoles to the point where I don't like getting rid of the old ones. Same way I feel about books and digital e-readers.
Same way I feel about digital readers. They've only been out for like 20 minutes. What's he talking about? Old digital readers?
I think he means books. He prefers books to digital readers.
Okay, right. Okay, good. Yes, good. Well done. Well done.
Yeah. But because there was a news story actually just recently that said some poll, but they polled about 1,000 people, and it was 64% of them prefer physical games than downloads because people like to actually build a collection and have them up on their shelf.
It'd be interesting what the age is on that, because I think younger kids, the whole iTunes thing, it's like, well, I prefer downloading stuff to my iPod than I do CDs. It's a bit of a... I don't know. And I noticed we have what sequels do you want as well as another forum.
Yeah, it's been quite a popular thread on the forum, which I thought I'd highlight. And what games do you think deserve a sequel? I mean, there's not many these days that don't get at least 6 sequels, but some are out there, and they need to be updated again. So what ones would you go for? Bigsy
1977 says Elite. Yeah, it always surprises me that Braben has not got off his backside and released Elite on the Xbox or the PlayStation, make it massively multiplayer online. Wonderful. I would pay top dollar for that and play it till I died.
Yeah, I think Forerunner Relic, when he says Elder Scrolls 5, I'd be with that, but I'm sure that's on the cards anyway,
isn't it? Yeah. Steamo says, how about bringing back SSX Tricky? Oh, I used to love SSX.
That was
Tricky
cool.
In the game.
Yeah,
that was a great game. That was such a good game. It's tricky to rock the ramp. It's tricky. It's tricky. That was a good game.
You're ready for Rap Star, then?
Bring the Rap Star, man. I'm there. I once freestyled on live television with a young gentleman. You may have heard of him. His name was Snoop Dogg. Yeah. Yeah. And Snoop Dogg, halfway through it, went, "Oh man, I can't think of anything to say." I carried on and I did an excellent rap, and he said I was very good. And then he started swearing on live TV, and I had to tell him to stop swearing.
That's brilliant.
He kept saying, "Why can't I say bag of?" And he was using the W word at 7 o'clock in the morning. I said, "You can't say that."
You've just outstoried me with my Method Man Redman now.
No, I do. Yeah, probably have. Actually.
Yeah, you absolutely have.
Sorry about that. That's your lot, dear listener. So the question this week is. Questions are, girls and racing games, is that hideously sexist, or is that the truth that they're not that bothered? And what is the best racing stroke driving game of all time?
Let us know. One more time, the URL is tinyurl.com/MSN Gamecast.
And you can subscribe to us on the iTunes, you can get us at the MSN website, and spread the word, dear listener. Until next time, Verity, nice to meet you.
Oh, yes, you too.
Nick, nice to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, whatever. See you later on. Ta-ta.
Gamecast from MSN.
In association with Windows Internet Explorer 8.